the big names earlier in this program. You'll see them too, taking some leadership roles.
Starks off of play action to open things up. And he finds his man C.J. Neely, the freshman out of Greensboro, North Carolina, picking up a first down in a good start here for this Bison offense.
As you mentioned there, we just mentioned 2 seconds ago, a true freshman seeing opportunities here, getting the first catch of this 101st homecoming game here at Howard University.
C.J. Neely's 10th reception of the season. He's got a touchdown as well, standing at 6'1", another big target for this Bison offense. Starks in the gun, flanked by Anthony Reagan Jr. We'll talk about him plenty throughout the course of this broadcast as well. Starks, quick drop, gets it out, and it is complete. As he finds Braylon Smith.
One of those veteran guys that in the past backed up guys like Casey Hawthorne, guys who've graduated, and now getting opportunities to shine on the field. Braylon is definitely wide receiver #1 on this team, as we've seen in these past few weeks.
We consider him the veteran of this young skill group. He was part of that MEAC title team back in 2022. He leads this team in catches, and you'll see him used a lot this afternoon in the screen game as well. Starks in the gun, flanked by Reagan once again. Reagan will get his first carry, gets skinny, and he'll knife his way through this Morgan State defense for a gain of about 2 or 3.
Anthony Reagan, a kid who might not be the biggest guy on the field. I talked to him this past week after practice, but he said it's not about the size that you have. It's about the heart and the determination and that you have when you're running the ball. And we're going to see that a lot from him. He's a guy that stays low to the ground, kind of reminiscent of like an old Ray Rice type of player, bowling ball on the field.
Our keys to the game for the Bison, it starts with protecting the football. As you mentioned, the interceptions for Tyreek Starks has been something that's plagued him over the past several weeks.
Third and short here, where you want to be.
Inside handoff to Reagan, and it's blown up. Guess who? Our player to watch in the open, the senior linebacker, Eric Hunter, coming up with a big third down stop.
And again, that he's the guy that might play in the middle of the field, but you'll see him all over no matter what. But, yeah, he leads the conference in tackles for a reason. Again, coming into this game, 56 of them, 7 of them for loss. We'll make that 8 at this point. But definitely a guy that the Howard offense is going to have to keep an eye on.
So an interesting decision here from Coach Scott, as they're going to keep the offense on the field here for a 4th and 4.
It's homecoming. Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. Starks in the gun, flanked by Reagan. Starks takes the snap, pressure coming off the left side. Starks finds a man over the middle, and it is complete. A big-time first down reception for none other than the man we were just talking about, Braylon Smith, coming up big here on homecoming.
He's definitely one of the leaders on this team, too, and you see him right away getting open there completely, despite having quite a few guys around him. Great look there by Tyreek Starks. Awesome catch by Braylon Smith as well.
We talked to Coach Larry Scott, Melissa, as we were getting ready for this one, and they've had several season-ending injuries along that offensive line. That pocket that time, perfect for Starks.
Yes, absolutely. Some of the guys that you'll see later on this offensive line, guys that have really stepped up in the name of those injuries.
And on that pass, once again, all day to throw for Tyreek Starks as he finds Anthony Reagan out of the backfield. Anthony Reagan, a key contributor to last year's team as well, was selected to the FCS Football Central Freshman All-American team. He was named to the Phil Steele FCS All-Conference second team as well, and he was All-MEAC second team too. So Anthony Reagan got his feet wet as a freshman, now looking to be the bell cow here in this Bison backfield.
Yeah, long list of accolades. And this O-line, too, coming into this season, they only had one guy from last season. The rest of them were all grad transfers, and so they all had experience, but Coach Arthur Ray, the O-line coach, had the challenge of getting them to all play as one, to play together, obviously. And then they had 2 injuries, Tim Artis Jr., whose last name is escaping me right now. Oh, Sam Hill. Sam Hill had a season-ending injury. Tim Artis Jr. we see on the sideline quite a bit. He's recovering from an injury, so those guys were some key pieces that they lost on the O-line, but they seem to have recovered quite well.
A nice job by the Morgan State defender, Xavier Shell, taking on that pulling guard and holding that Bison run to a gain of just 1. 3rd and 3 for Tyreek Starks and company. Once again, all day to throw for Starks. He finds him in the flat, breaks a tackle, and he's going to score. It is a touchdown. Love to see it for the Bison getting on the board
Yeah,
here
Xavier
early.
Newsome, the true freshman. Again, we see a lot of these young guys making plays for this Bison squad. Xavier Newsome among them. I mean, that is a big kid, and he just got pushed his way through into the end zone there.
Yeah, look at the fight here on this one. The extra effort, breaks the tackle. He continues to rumble and stumble his way into the end zone. Imagine being a freshman.
I
What's going on
know.
homecoming, Melissa?
Lowering his shoulder, keeping his balance. Really great athleticism there, again, from Xavier Newsome.
And a strong drive here for the Bison to kick things off here on homecoming. As the extra point is good, it is going to give the Bison a 7-0 lead here early in the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, more MEAC football here from our nation's capital. Welcome back to our nation's capital. Linnell Willingham alongside Melissa Kim. A 8-play, 54-yard opening drive for the Bison as Xavier Newsome not only gets his first career touchdown, Melissa, but it was his first career catch as the Bison got it done both on the ground and through the air on that drive.
Yeah, impressive stuff from him. Again, a true freshman from Detroit, Michigan. He did see some action against Sacred Heart and Tennessee State. So in the last couple of weeks, but really showing his stuff here.
Big time size at the tight end position, 6'6", 245 pounds, and the big man making his presence felt on that opening drive for the Bison. Now we'll get to see this Morgan State offense for the first time, coordinated by OC Apollo Wright. In the quarterback position for Morgan State has been quite interesting this year. We'll get to see Raymond Moore get the start. Slender-built young man, definitely can boogie with the rest of them, one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks we have in the MEAC.
Yeah, and again, that's something that the Howard defense will have to keep an eye on, stopping the run early on, and we'll see what Raymond Moore III can do. Number 0 for a quarterback.
Yeah, he's got swag,
Yeah.
aura is what I would
You
call
have
it.
to wear number 0, no matter what position you're playing.
Moore in the shotgun. Screen pass out to the right. It's played well by the Bison. Coming up with the big-time stop is Ben Chandler making the play.
Yeah, Ben Chandler, one of the leaders on the team when it comes to tackles in terms of the Howard defense. Definitely has made quite a few plays so far this season, and you can tell he's excited about that one. Gotta be. Ben Chandler, 30 tackles so far on the season.
Another freshman, a Washington, D.C. native. Always think about those cats, Melissa, when you're talking about homecoming. He's probably got a bunch of family in attendance.
He has like 35 tickets. That's fine.
Exactly. Started off with a big-time play there. This Bison defense, the top-ranked defense in the MEAC, So Moore and company going to have their hands full.
Yeah, you'll see why throughout the game.
Pressure coming off the right side. Moore going to tuck it and run. Moore into the open field, lowers his shoulder, and he'll get to about the 48-yard line of Morgan State.
Yeah, Ben Chandler and Joseph Serafin on the tackles there. Jason Serafin, rather.
So we got a flag on the play. We'll see what it is and if this one's going to come back. And based on the body language of the Bison, this one is going to come back. Maybe a hold off of that right side. Wow, so they're calling a defensive holding, something that is rare in today's game.
Yeah, we don't see a whole lot. I mean, everybody thought it was going the other way. You saw the entire pack of players go back towards
the entire herd of Bison going back towards
literally.
The other way.
But it seems that it is a.
We'll see it again. It looked like it was a good pressure there from Ishan Abdul Ali, their sophomore edge rusher, providing some pressure. We got to try to keep it cool here in the booth. Cedric the entertainer just walked past.
He just walked by.
No big deal.
Yeah, we kind of just had a fan. I had a fangirl moment. Okay.
Definitely. Shotgun snap to Moore. He hands it off to Jason Collins. He'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, not too much there. The Howard defensive front, very stout, as they have been this whole season.
This Howard defense much better against the pass than they are against the run. As you see Morgan State going with some tempo here.
Yeah, when it comes to the pass, they are leading the conference. So they've been very successful. So we'll see if Morgan State tries to take advantage of the ground game here.
Raymond Moore in the shotgun, flanked by Jason Collins. Moore will take the snap. Pressure coming off the edge from Noah Miles. It's a deep shot that is broken up, and it is incomplete. As you saw, Augustus Olich coming up with the pass breakup.
Who's seen some injury in the last couple of weeks, but glad to have him back today. Really great defense of turning his head, not getting too handsy.
It looks
very
like
nice technique there.
They definitely could have got Leatherberry there with a push-off. But Gus, as you mentioned, being tough, playing through the football.
Yeah, nice technique there. Very smart play.
Bring up a big third down for this Morgan State offense, looking to keep pace with the Bison, who marched on a 8-play, 54-yard drive to open up this game.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. That's what you want if you're the Howard defense right now.
This is when you unleash these pass rushers on a 3rd and 8. Moore with time to throw. Pass is caught, and it will be enough for a Morgan State first down.
Ben Chandler on the tackle again. As you see why he's one of the team leaders in tackles, he is all over that.
It was Alex Simmons, the tight end, the 6'4 sophomore out of Brooklyn, New York, coming up with a big-time catch.
Yeah, way to wrap him up, get him down there for Chandler.
Screen pass out to the right side. Beautiful open field tackle. Ball is loose. And they're going to rule it an incompletion. But you want to talk about coming downhill with bad intentions, Melissa. Holy cow.
Yeah, Michael Grandy was ready. He was like, I got this ball. So way to stay alert there and be aware.
Look at this one. See, wham! Dislodging the football. Hey, I think if I'm Leatherberry the rest of the afternoon, I'm thinking twice whenever he's in the vicinity.
Yeah, A.J. Smith really got there. The tackles have been so stout this season. You notice the different technique that they're using. A little bit more, I don't want to say violent. I don't want to encourage violence here, but that was the word that I was going to use.
I was going to say, taking after the mentality of their defensive coordinator, Kashawn Jarrett. We'll talk about him more in a moment. Moore over the middle. Finds the tight end once again. It is Simmons, and he is going to get this one deep into Bison territory. And all of a sudden, this Morgan State drive that has had some hiccups is now looking pretty darn good here in this high red zone area.
Yeah, Kendrick Green on that tackle there. He's also the tackle leader on this team with 36 of them coming into this game.
Moore nearly got the Bison to jump off sides with the hard count. Moore takes the snap. Moore thought about letting it loose. He's going to try to split the middle of the Bison defense and pick up what he can. It'll bring up about a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, nowhere really to go there. Israel Lucas right in his face. Not going to let him pick up any extra yards.
Raymond Moore had a lot of success last week on the ground. But as you saw so far throughout this drive, he can do it with his arm as well. Free rusher coming off the edge from the Bison. Broken tackle, and we're going to get points for this Morgan State offense.
You don't see that a whole lot from this Bison defense. Michael Grandy kind of whiffing a little bit there. Didn't really wrap up his guy, but that is a touchdown for the Bears.
JoJo Kennerly getting into the end zone. And, I mean, I think Raymond Moore deserves all the credit for this one. Hanging in there throughout the face of adversity. Knows he's going to take a shot on the chin, but lets it out on time.
Yeah, hands in his face, able to keep the poise under pressure. That is what you want to see from your quarterback when you're leading this offense.
So a heck of a response from this Morgan State offense, driving the length of the field against the best passing defense in the MEAC. In that time for Morgan, not much resistance there for this Howard Bison defense.
And we've got a tie game. When we were coming into this game, thinking about what we're going to see, this is kind of what we predicted.
Yeah, defense is supposed to be the name of the game. Both of these offenses, though, driving the length of the field to open it up. It was Kennerly Jr. capping off this Morgan State drive. We're back with more MEAC football on ESPN.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
Get all of ESPN's college football in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. A 9-play, 75-yard touchdown drive for Raymond Moore and the Morgan State Bears. Little resistance from this top-ranked Bison pass defense there on that one. I thought Raymond Moore, Melissa, did a really nice job hanging in the pocket and taking some hits as he was able to matriculate the ball down the field.
Yeah, he did. And, you know, this Howard defense has been so stout all season.
It was another big-time return there for the Bison as we take a look at that last drive. And you see the tight end, Simmons, coming up with 2 big-time receptions.
Yeah, and really breaking through some tackles. Again, these tight ends are such big guys.
Yes.
You know, they definitely have had that conditioning and strength and size to get through some of these defensive fields on both sides of the ball. This goes for Morgan State and Howard.
So that kick return going to come back as there was a holding penalty called on the Bison. That is where Tyreek Starks, the company, will start. Or is it Tyreek Starks? Deshaun Scroggins checking into the game for the first time here. Last year's starter for the Bison. And when talking to Coach Scott this week, he said, look, we have the utmost confidence in both of our quarterbacks. Scroggins keeps it on the read option. Not much there as he was wrestled to the ground by Lance Binden. 6'3" junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, coming up with a big-time stop.
And Scroggins, a guy that got a fair amount of experience last year. He did battle a lot of injuries, but definitely got enough juice under his belt, I think. Interesting to see that he is now starting in this second drive for Howard now.
Yeah, we'll see if there's a little bit of a platoon swap here at the quarterback position with Scroggins starting off this second drive here for Coach Larry Scott. on their last drive. It'll be Starks in the gun, flanked by Anthony Reagan. Braylon Smith in motion. Starks with it off of the RPO. The pass is caught for a first down. It's the Bison continuing to move the football. Zayden Jackson coming up with a big-time catch.
Yeah, way to go, Zayden Jackson there to get open for Tyreek Starks to see him getting rid of that ball quickly. And the O-line, we got to talk about the O-line always. Good pass protection on that one.
Yeah, the protection has been awesome here this afternoon, and we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, Melissa. When you think about 2 season-ending injuries up front for the Bison, the reserves for this group doing a hell of a job in relief. Inside handoff is Anthony Reagan, and he is bottled up quickly. That'll wrap up the first quarter here from our nation's capital. Both defenses coming up with a big-time stop, including Morgan State coming up with an interception their last time on defense. How will Tyreek Starks and the Bison offense respond? We'll find out next here on ESPN. Take a look at the Bison crowd here on homecoming. You saw earlier, Cedric the Entertainer and Anthony Anderson, honorary captains here for the Bison. Look at the drip.
The homecoming court. Listen, I took a stroll around the yard earlier during Bison Walk. Every lady that walked by, I wanted to be like, where'd you get that out? Where'd you get your outfit? I mean, the swag is unbelievable. It's Howard Homecoming. What do you expect?
Tyreek Starks, flanked by Anthony Reagan. Starks going to keep it. Starks able to pick up about 5. It'll set up the Bison with a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and Coach Larry Scott telling us yesterday that he is a dual threat quarterback, Tyreek Starks. But we generally see him pass the ball first, not a huge – I think running is his secondary. situation.
What I love there,
that was
Melissa,
great.
is the finish. Dipping his shoulder, a violent finish
Oh yeah, he's
there from
tough.
Tyreek Starks.
Taking some hits, he's tough.
We were talking about it throughout the week. This program, the first in Starks' career to really give him the keys to the offense and really believe in him, and he's taking advantage here. Starks, big-time completion. He's going to go to the tight end, Montrell Walker.
Took 5 guys to get Montrell Walker down.
Coach Scott knows all about the tight end position. During his time at the University of Florida, was the tight ends coach, while Kyle Pitts was at University of Florida. Pitts, the top 10 draft pick for the Atlanta Falcons.
Who is also having quite a good season right
Yes,
now.
he is. About time. So it'll be a first down for the Bison. Really been impressed with Tyreek Starks here in the opening half of this football game. Poised, calm, cool, collected, but most importantly, Melissa, as you mentioned, this offensive line continuing to provide him premium protection.
Yeah, throwing the
Inside
ball as
handoff.
well.
He's going to go to Anthony Reagan. He's got a first down, knifing through this Morgan State defense.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about with Anthony Reagan Jr. You see him stay low the ground because he does use his size to his advantage there and really just gets through some of these bigger defensive guys.
Their super sophomore rumbling and stumbling his way into Morgan State territory. When you think about the impact he had as a freshman, he's capitalizing on it here as a sophomore. Maybe he's in the record books by the time his career is over here in the nation's capital.
I would not doubt that.
We have 1st and 10 for the Bison. Starks in the pistol. They'll give it to Anthony Reagan. Again, he breaks a tackle. He's in the secondary. Reagan down the sideline and is tripped up at about the 18-yard line of Morgan State. And Anthony Reagan nodding his head saying, yeah, I'm into this bad boy.
Yeah, and you gotta love how patient he is, right? How patient he is, not just rumbling right through.
Yeah.
You kind of see him wait for those gaps to develop, to see those holes to develop, and then he takes off.
Yeah.
See right here, right there, and then he takes off completely. You know who I remember watching in college that was a lot like that? Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
He was excellent at that, showing patience and poise.
So it looks like that one is going to come back as there was a hold on the right side of that Bison offensive line. And Coach Larry Scott none too pleased that that chunk run is going to be taken off the board here.
That's unfortunate because that was a really wonderful, lovely run there by Anthony Reagan Jr.
Get it on Zaire.
Oh, that's tough.
Wow. So it's going to be 1st and long after Larry Scott getting flagged for an unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, he was none too pleased with the call on the field.
1st into the reservoir. That's basically what it is right now.
Officially going to be listed as a 1st and 35. Not many calls on the play sheet, Melissa, for 1st and 35. We'll see how the Bison attack here on this one.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Scott draws up here.
Travis Kearney re-entering the ball game. A welcome sight back to the lineup for the Bison. Starks will take the snap. Plenty of time to throw. Starks keeping his eyes downfield. Makes a man miss and tiptoes the Bison sideline as he picks up a couple. It'll now be 2nd and 32. Tough spot here for the Bison offense.
It is. It is. I mean, got to air it out in these situations. I think that's the obvious call.
And this is something Coach Larry Scott talked about during the week, not having these self-inflicted wounds. And right there, the Bison getting a big-time run call back. And the Bison mascot's not fans of the call either. It's 2nd and 35. As Travis Kearney remains the back to the left of Tyreek Starks. Starks takes the snap, looking, throwing over the middle, and it is caught. Braylon Smith, once again, coming up with a big-time reception, picking up about 15.
Yeah, way to go for the veteran wide receiver. His 3rd catch of this game.
Yeah, Morgan State running a little bit of a game up front. Nice job by the Bison offensive line picking it up. And Braylon Smith making the sliding catch to pick up 13 officially. It'll set up 3rd and 22. Long way to go here. Wonder if you're thinking about field position at this point if you're Coach Scott and company, knowing you may not be able to pick all of this up in one play. This Morgan State pass rush probably looking to pin their ears back here on a 3rd and 22. Pressure not getting home. Starks continues to survey. Starks almost got out of the pocket, and he was wrestled down by several Morgan State defenders, and it looks like this one may be coming back as Fields, the defensive end, grabbed him up by the collar area. Deshaun Fields, the defensive tackle, getting some good interior pressure. There we go.
A little bit of help there.
Yeah, see it right there. It's getting a load of the face mask. Good job winning up front, I would say, by Deshaun Fields. But ultimately, hand placement costing this Morgan State defense, and it'll be a fresh set of downs for Tyreek Starks and company.
A little bit of a breath of relief there.
Yeah,
You've got to be if you're the Howard offense. You're helped out a little bit, so
you'll
take it.
The old adage, Melissa, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. Anthony Reagan checking back into the football game. He flanks Tyreek Starks. Starks will keep it, and a really good play made on the edge by the defensive back, Hiroshi Carr, coming up and being physical at the point of attack. It's one of the things you got to do to be a member of this Morgan State defense is being able to tackle if you're a member of this secondary.
Yes, absolutely. Again, run defense. Very, very good for this Bears squad.
Coach Omar Smith loving that one. We talked about it earlier in that first quarter. These two defenses amongst the best, and not just the MEAC, Melissa, but in the entire FCS. Starks will take the snap, plenty of time to throw. Starks has a completion along the Bison sideline. It is a first down. Once again, Braylon Smith coming up big, the veteran of this young skill group.
Yeah, it's great to see him get the ball quite a bit in this homecoming game.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Tyreek Starks as well. The offensive line gets their kudos, but you saw that head turn from east to north to west. See him surveying the field, getting through his progressions, finding the veteran Braylon Smith for a big-time first.
Yeah, not panicking, just really trusting his offensive line. That trust so important here.
Inside handoff is to Anthony Reagan. Reagan gets skinny, makes a man miss. Reagan down the right sideline. Here goes Anthony Reagan off to the races, and he is going to score. Anthony Reagan Jr.
Again, showing that patience and poise. What a great run, touchdown run for Reagan Jr.
Wow. You take another look. Once again, you mentioned it, Melissa, the patience. Making guys miss in the hole, and then he turns on the burners here at the end of this.
Yeah, waiting for those blocks to develop. His vision here is so good, and this comes obviously with some experience. And actually, Coach Scott told me that a couple weeks ago with Travis Kearney, but I think this applies to Anthony Reagan Jr. as well, to be able to teach younger guys to wait for those plays to develop as opposed to just taking off running.
Anthony Reagan Jr. continuing what has been a stellar season for him. He's had a couple of big-time games. He's gone for over 100 yards in 2 out of their last 3 contests. When they took on Richmond a couple of weeks ago, 20 carries, $129, and a touchdown. Anthony Reagan puts the Bison back in front. We've got fireworks here on homecoming. More MEAC football comes your way next here from our nation's capital. Next on ESPN.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
Welcome back here at Green Stadium in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where the Bison celebrating their 101st homecoming, and the celebration is going to continue if Anthony Reagan continues to make runs like he had on that last drive, scampering 34 yards for the touchdown, capping off a really nice drive from the Bison offense.
Yeah, really overcoming adversity with a little bit of help on that drive, but I'm sure they'll take the points for it.
Ball going to be fair caught. It'll be a touchback. We will see this Morgan State offense back out on the field. The scoring drive from the last drive, you saw Tyreek Starks with a couple of good completions, finding his tight ends, finding Braylon Smith a couple of different times, as you see right here for a first down. But it was Anthony Reagan Jr. busting this bad boy up the middle, making several Bears defenders miss in a route to a 34-yard touchdown, a 12-play, 87-yard touchdown drive for the Bison.
And again, good awareness there too at the very end, tiptoeing across the sideline to make sure he stays in bounds and gets into the end zone.
Raymond Moore in the shotgun as Morgan State tries to match what the Bison did offensively. Moore takes a shot. It is caught along the Bears sideline. It is a big-time first down for this Bears offense. Randall Nodden coming up with a reception. Randall Nodden, when I was watching pretty close in the warm-up, sure-handed kid, one of the faster guys on the skill group of the Morgan State Bears. Moore lined up in the pistol. Dropping back once again. Good time to throw. He's going to escape the pocket and pick up some yards. And it looks like he's got enough for a first down there.
Yeah, finally taking advantage of that middle of the field there. But we have a player down, it appears.
Take another look. Moore getting skinny. What I like is getting down to the ground, not subjecting himself to a big-time hit. There's a member of the Bison defense injured. We'll give you an update on his status when we come back from break. More football coming up next here on ESPN. Welcome back to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Linnell Willingham alongside Melissa Kim here for the MEAC Conference opener for both the Bison as well as the Morgan State Bears.
Look at those beautiful people strolling, taking a
Getting a
stroll
workout
down.
in. Take a quick look at the injury here. It was Judah Majimski, one of the leaders of this Bison defense, going down on that one. We'll see how long he is forced to be out of the contest. A little bit of a flea flicker. Moore loading up, takes a deep shot. Has got a man deep down into Bison territory at about the 13-yard line.
Justin Perry, another true freshman,
Wow.
making an impact in this game.
Let's
This
take
time
another
for Morgan
look.
State.
Well executed, flea flicker, and he got behind this Bison defense. Justin Perry coming up with a big-time reception. I know Kashawn Jarrett going to be not thrilled with that one. And those chunk plays aiding this Morgan State offense here early. Moore going with a little bit of a hard count, trying to get this Bison defense to jump off sides. It'll be Moore in the gun, flanked by Randall Nodden. Nodden gets the inside handoff and is blown up. Nice job by this Bison defense making a big-time play at the point of attack.
Yeah, Judah McNimpsey, by the way, back in. Looks like he appears to be okay.
Let's take another look at the flea flicker. Loading it up. Nice job by Perry readjusting to the football.
Yeah, Zuri Watson just a few steps behind there.
Well, that last defensive stop, it was Jason Seraphin, the 6'8", 285-pound senior, coming up with a big-time stop. Moore in the shotgun. Takes the snap, Nodden again, doing his best to try and penetrate that Bison defense, but they're having none of it.
Nope, they are flocking, swarming over to him, not getting a whole lot. Again, as you see, Judah McJimsey is A-OK. The silent assassin, as I
Yes.
found out, he is called on the team.
Good that he's back in for a huge 3rd and 5. Moore dropping back. Time to throw. Moore going to try to do it himself. Moore cuts back and is corralled at about the 2-yard line, but he will have enough for the first down.
Way to hang in there, way to hang on to the ball. That was a tough situation to be in.
Picks up 8. I've loved this about Moore throughout this contest, keeping his eyes downfield, keeping himself as a threat, as a passer, but then taking off and running when he needs to. Randall Nodden flanking Moore once again in the shotgun as the Bears now have 1st and goal as they try and tie this football game up. Nodden going to get it, and he's going to score. It is a Bears touchdown. Randall Nodden capping off the drive for Morgan State as they look to tie this one up with the extra point. Let's take another look.
Yep, just finds that one hole right there. Nice block there.
Yeah. Really good push by the interior of this Morgan State offensive line. Carving out a good hole for Randall Nodden. Randall Nodden coming up with a big-time score. He's touching a couple of different times here on the afternoon as the extra point is up and good. Tie football game here in our nation's capital. Morgan State doing their best. The flea flicker, the big play on this drive that's capped off by a Randall Nodden touchdown. More MEAC football from our nation's capital coming your way next.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
It is the 101st homecoming for the Howard Bison here in our nation's capital. Linnell Willingham alongside Melissa Kim. And Melissa, the Bears capping off a 7-play, 75-yard drive that ends in a Randall Nodden touchdown. The flea flicker to Josh Perry was the big play on the drive that got Morgan State kickstarted.
Yeah, and I think this is the competitive game that we were expecting, as we've said all throughout the game, that these two teams are defensively some of the best in the nation, and they're pretty evenly matched, perhaps.
Yeah, right now you are seeing it. Both of these defenses making their fair share of plays, but the offenses doing their part to keep the teams in the game as well. Take a look at the last drive. The big flea flicker right here as we take another look. Josh Perry, beautiful job adjusting to the football, coming back to it, and a good throw from Randall Moore as well.
And Randall Nodden getting in the end zone with the 2-yard touchdown there to tie the game up at 14 apiece, as we are still in the second quarter here.
A little R&R, Melissa. Raymond and Randall. Both these offenses are going to need some rest and recovery based on the way these defenses have played here this afternoon. Once again, it is Tyreek Starks in the gun. He hands it off to Travis Kearney.
Good to see him back.
I call this running back trio, Melissa, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I think Kearney is the earth mover of this group. The super sophomore, one of the thicker backs in the MEAC. If you look at the drive that he has in the lower body, legs never stop churning. He's always able to pick up extra yards.
Wait, who's wind and who's fire?
Well, if Travis Kearney is earth, Anthony Reagan I definitely think you saw as the wind, as he was running into the winds on that 34-yard touchdown drive. And then Billy Roberson, the second, the redshirt freshman, the fire of this running back group.
Okay, I'll accept it.
Starks on the screen. They would have completed out to Antonio Hunter, another freshman. Comes to the Bison by way of Cincinnati, Ohio. The screen game for the Bison's been a work in progress throughout the course of the year, and I think it's something that will get better as they get into conference play, Melissa. When you think about the size that they have on the perimeters, I mean, that's what you need to block for these jitterbug-like wide receivers.
Yep, exactly.
Starks in the gun, flanked by Anthony Reagan. Reagan pointing out his responsibilities in pass pro. Starks has it tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it will fall incomplete. Nice job by this Morgan State defensive line getting their hands up. Sharif Andrews, the junior out of Boston, Massachusetts, coming up with a big-time deflection. The timing of that one might have been off, Melissa, as the snap was a little bit off there from Zaire Cooper.
Yeah.
Let's take another look there at Sharif Andrews. Big physical defensive tackle in the middle of this Bears defense. We'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here for the Bison. Talked about it pregame. Tyreek Starks looking for an opportunity to lead a program. He's got it here in D.C. as he checks it down to Braylon Smith, and not much there as Eric Hunter comes up with a big-time stop and then letting the Bison faithful hear about it.
Yeah, and we talked about Eric Hunter. He was our player to watch for Morgan State in this game, and he's showing us exactly why here. Getting to Tyreek Starks,
Looked like that one was tipped. Couldn't see the number of the Morgan State defender, but definitely a big reason why that play was unsuccessful. A loss of a yard there for Braylon Smith, who records his 4th reception of the afternoon. 3rd and 11 here, big time 3rd down here for the Bison as they try and keep pace here offensively. Starks surveying, and a big time throw made on 3rd down for a 1st down.
Andre Cooper, the second on the other end of that, the grad transfer.
Out of Robert Morris University, but once again, beautiful pocket from this offensive line, and then a big time throw from Tyreek Starks. Melissa, he has been pinpoint accurate here throughout the afternoon.
I was just going to say the timing on that throw could not have been better. It was right on there, pinned well.
Yes, it was. This Bison passing attack having a bunch of success here on the afternoon. Starks under center for the first time. Going to be a handoff to Anthony Reagan. Reagan once again bouncing off of Bears defenders as he slices and dices his way for about 4.
Yeah, not too shabby there.
I just continue to be impressed by the interior of this offensive line for the Howard Bison. Zaire Cooper, Xavier Ricks, Joe Maxwell, moving people here in this run game.
Yep, and holding firm and steady.
Be a 2nd and 7. We saw Jay-Sean Scroggins come into the game on the 2nd drive. Have not seen him since. It'll be something that we monitor throughout the rest of the game. Starks catch, step, throw, and one hops it as he tried to get it out to their big tight end.
Yeah, to Katie Mosley. Yeah, it looked like it kind of popped off his hands a little bit, bounced off his helmet.
Want to see Starks get a little bit more into that throw as he had Katie Mosley there open. Mosley, the 6'3" sophomore tight end, the touchdown leader for this Bison offense. He's got 2 touchdown receptions on the year. Critical 3rd and 7 here for this Bison offense. Morgan State looking to pin their ears back and get after Tyreek Starks. A delayed blitz coming from the Bears defense is picked up well. Tyreek Starks going to tuck it and run. Delayed blitz.
guys from this program that graduated last year.
Two guys that are keeping themselves in football shape as well, as they look like they can come suit up here.
Oh
for this
yeah.
year's
Oh,
Bison team.
Kenny, I've seen his Instagram story. He's still working out. He's working out a lot still. Still trying to keep himself ready to go at any moment.
Big third down here for Morgan State. They got the football after Eric Hunter knocked the football away from K.D. Mosley. It was the second turnover this first half for the Bison offensively.
Yeah, big third down here for Morgan State.
Pressure coming, and he's dropped. Guess who?
The silent assassin, Judah McGimsey.
Wow. That time, Kyshawn Jarrett sending an all-out blitz, and they failed to pick up Judah Majimski. Should take another look, coming scot-free.
Yeah, nobody touched him.
Now Coach Scott going to call a timeout here to try and see if Tyreek Starks and company can do something with the football.
Judah guy, not a whole lot of talking, but when
No.
when he says something, these guys listen, and you can see how amped up he is here. Again, the reason why they call him the silent assassin is just that, because he talks with his eyes, he talks with his face, he talks with his actions, not necessarily his words, which is the kind of example that you want for a leader on this defense.
Judah has been a pleasant surprise for this Bison defense. 4.5 tackles for loss on the year. That'll be his second sack of the season as well. So the Bison will have about 20-something seconds here. We'll see if it gets under 20 as they try to come after this one. And it looks like that one may get called back as the punter was interfered with. We'll see what they rule if he got all ball. And I don't see any flags down, so it looks like it's going to be pretty good field position here with about 9 seconds left to go in this opening half. We'll see what Coach Scott and company elect to do. Will they choose to take a knee?
You have a couple of choices here, I think. Take a knee, send everybody, Hail Mary it out, or maybe try to get a couple yards and then try for the field goal.
You know what I'm thinking here is I put my offensive coordinator hat on, Melissa.
What?
I mean, Anthony Reagan in space has been dynamic here.
Phenomenal.
Maybe try and throw a screen to him. Hopefully picks up some yards and maybe gets into field goal range here.
I think field goal range would be great. Matthew Kennard has been phenomenal. He had that 43-yard field goal to win the season opener against FAMU as time expired to win that game.
We're going to need about 33, 35 yards to get into his field goal range. Morgan State only going to rush 3. Starks nearly has it taken away, and this will be the final play of this first half as Tyreek Starks gets out of bounds. And that is how we are going to end this first half. The MEAC conference opener for both Morgan State and Howard were knotted up at 14 apiece in what has been an electric first half. Plenty of stars on campus. Anthony Anderson, Cedric the Entertainer,
Donnell Willingham,
Melissa Kim. Second half action comes your way next here from DC.
Welcome to halftime between the Morgan State Bears and the Howard University Bison here at the Mecca for the 101st homecoming. And in this day of college football, things are constantly changing. If you've noticed on Howard's social media page, they've posted a collaboration with a sunglasses company. And here to talk about that and more is Justin Smith, the head of social media for the football team. Thanks so much for being here. Tell me, how did this come about?
So this collaboration came about just with partnership with CEV and Coach Scott. So it was a conversation that they had at the beginning of the year, and also with the with one of the players, go by Kendrick Green. Kendrick Green was actually like the lead, designer.
I have them right here.
Of these shades here. They're so cool. You got this very, very textured. You have the red guts on the inside. You have the little even Bison logo in the right hand, top right hand corner, and it's engraved saying "From Vision Come Legacy." And then on the other side it says CEV Collection X Howard Football. So this collaboration is the first ever brand partnership for Howard Football. So it's really cool to to see it come to life, and versus being behind the scenes and seeing it all being orchestrated.
And you mentioned that slogan there, "From Vision Comes Legacy." Coach Scott actually told me that the leadership team for the football team came out with it themselves. How cool is it for you to be a part of all of this? I think we saw on Instagram Noah Miles, a senior on the team, he talked about how his legacy was his mother, who immigrated here from Haiti. How neat was it to be able to showcase another side of these guys?
I think it was great to showcase these players, because I feel oftentimes football players are objectified for them to be athletes, right? But them going to Howard University and them being able to explain their stories, I think that makes it very impactful. I think a lot of times, a lot of men, especially a lot of black young men, they aren't able to express these sides of themselves. They aren't able to be vulnerable. And I think this collaboration allowed us to get a peek of who they are as people, and as students, and as athletes. So I think it was a win-win, being able to be behind the scenes and creative direct, this project with this brand and with our football players, and see them, express that side was pretty exciting and pretty impactful, if I say so myself.
And the proceeds obviously also benefit the Mecca Society, which is going to benefit all student athletes here in terms of their NIL deals. How important is that, especially in this day and age that we're living in college football, of NIL?
That is very important, right? Especially at historically black colleges and universities. Oftentimes, HBCUs aren't rewarded or granted the same entities and the same resources as PWIs, right? So them being able to raise the money to impact a lot of student athletes, I think is going to allow us to create more sustainability with sports and students, right? I feel like these opportunities allow students to come to school for free, allow them to be generational curse breakers. So I think it's much more deeper than just it being the brand itself, but more so being impactful for the students and their futures.
Let's get another look at those sunglasses. Put them on for us there as we check them out here again with CEV, the Bison sunglasses there. We will be right back. We'll talk more with Justin about why homecoming is so special here at Howard. at halftime at the Mecca at the homecoming game between Howard University and Morgan State. We're here with Justin Smith, head of social media for the football team. And as a student here at Howard, what makes homecoming so special?
I mean, homecoming is tradition, right? I think being able to come together with alumni, come together with current students and the community, I think it's something that we need. You know, I think homecoming allows us to celebrate joy, to celebrate togetherness, to celebrate community and connectedness. And those are important pillars to keep, you know, that tradition alive. So I think just when it comes to homecoming, it's fun, you know, it's very lively. You get to see your people you haven't seen in a long time. You get to eat so much great foods and just really be within the culture. I think that's the most important thing. You know, I think we need to see a lot more Black joy in media. So I think, you know, being able to experience this and be here, it's pretty cool.
I took a stroll around the yard earlier, and I definitely felt some of that joy, but there's obviously so much prestige that you feel amongst the students here and the alumni. Tell me a little bit about that, and what are some of the life lessons that you've learned here at Howard as a student?
Wow, that's actually a great question because I'm a non-traditional college student. I'm an adult learner, first-generational student, so I think ultimately the lessons that Howard has like helped me with is just like, you know, showing up for myself in full-fledged. And if you don't ask, you won't get it. You know, I feel like Howard is constantly preparing me, you know, to dominate the real world and to dominate, you know, whatever business or whatever route I decide to go in. You know, just being around a lot of like-minded intellectual students like myself, I know that this is much bigger than I am. You know, it's about us continue to build more sustainability in our communities, period. I'm very big on sustainability, and I think Howard pushes that for us. So, yeah, when it comes to prestigious, I feel like Howard really pushed me to just show up for myself in the best ways possible. Hence how I'm the head of social media, because I wanted to, you know, see someone like myself in this role to be authentic with the storytelling. You know, I think we need more of that. So, yeah.
Taking opportunities as you see them. Justin Smith, head of social media for the football team. Thank you so much. Second half kickoff with Linnell Willingham and myself coming up next.
all knotted up here at 14 apiece between the Howard Bison and the Morgan State Bears. We'll be right back with stats and highlights after this. That defense parted like the Red Sea.
Yeah, that was just a hole that he found and kind of took it the rest of the way. Really good vision by this quarterback to be able to take it as all the way down the field.
Take another look. Jaquavion Smith sent on the blitz, and they left a gap in that Bison defense. And Raymond Moore doing the rest, high-stepping his way into the end zone. A 85-yard touchdown run for Raymond Moore.
Now that, if you are a Bears fan, is the way that you want to start the second half off and really taking advantage of that.
Extra point up and good. Raymond Moore, 85-yard scamper to the house. Puts Morgan State in front by a score of 21-14. How will the Bison respond? More football coming your way next from DC.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
There is a conference where the student and student athlete still matters, where geography means something, and where rivalries are measured in decades, not dollars. In this conference, we push one another to greater heights on the field, the court, the track, and in the classroom. Here, we stay true to our values, and we stay true to each other. The Mideastern Athletic Conference, where champions are made.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
It is homecoming here in our nation's capital, the 101st homecoming here at Howard University. And right now, the Bison faithful quieted Melissa after a 85-yard touchdown run from Raymond Moore to break the tie here as Morgan State now leads this one by a score of 21-14.
Yeah, and as we were mentioning with each other during the break, that play just seemed to develop so slowly that perhaps the defense was caught a little off guard.
Yeah, they sent Jaquavion Smith on the blitz. There was really just no defenders at that second level. You see the Bison return and taken out of the end zone. He's got some room to run. It is John Washington. And that one may be coming back as there's a flag on the play. John Washington's gotten jiggy on a couple of these kickoff returns. We'll await word of what the flag is, but this special teams unit here this afternoon for the Bison has been spectacular. Officials look like they are moving the football backwards, indicating that the penalty is going to be against the Bison.
Turn to return. Blue block back. Return to number 35. 10 yards first down.
Going to get the flag on the freshman linebacker Brandon Williams out of Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Sixth penalty for the Bison here.
It's been a killer. Penalties, turnovers, explosive plays.
Yeah, the penalties really have been drive killers for the Bison in this one, and that is really not what you want to see when you're trying to gain momentum and really grab a hold of it, and then to be set back by a penalty, not what you want.
Not what you want at all. We'll see Tyreek Starks and Anthony Reagan Jr. back into the fold here for the Bison. Anthony Reagan Jr. has got a 34-yard touchdown scamper in this one as he looks to do some more damage to this Bears defense.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Anthony Reagan Jr. and what I've seen today in real life. He seems to really, no matter what, be able to pick up yards, whether it's 4 or 5 or 35. I think that he's always kind of gaining momentum. And again, the patience that he's shown, I think, is phenomenal. Very mature.
Special
Yeah,
back.
very mature.
As a freshman to be second team All MEAC, those are some really good honors. He's got 61 yards on the afternoon. He's gone for over 100 in 2 out of their last 3. 2nd and 6. This one's blowing up. This Morgan State defense all over it. Jaden Carter saying hello.
I'm going to stop talking because I think I jinxed it.
Jaden Carter, the senior defensive back out of Bryans Road, Maryland.
Yeah, he was all over that one.
Excuse me, that was actually Blanche Gold coming up with the stop. The graduate defensive lineman from Landover, Maryland, coming up with a big-time run stuff. It'll be a 3rd and 7 for this Bison offense. They were 3 for 5 on 3rd down in that opening half, Melissa. This one about a 3rd and medium as they send Braylon Smith in motion. Starks dropping back, plenty of time, looking for Smith. And those two were not on the same page.
Yeah, little miscomms there between Neely Jr. and Smith and Starks.
That time it was Neely Jr. there. The intended receiver will send out Liam Allen to punt. And based on the way Morgan State's lined up, they're going to try to come after this one. Good snap. Punt is up and away. Good hang time. Going to be fair caught at about the 39-yard line. And we're going to take a timeout. Big time run from Raymond Moore. Gave the Morgan State Bears the lead. What will they be able to do with it coming up next here on ESPN? Welcome back to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., home of the Howard Bison. Linnell Willingham, Melissa Kim, bringing you the conference opener for both Howard University as well as Morgan State. Morgan State gets the football back after a really good defensive possession from the Bears, forcing a 3-and-out from the Bison, and Raymond Moore and company going to try and build off of what they did there last time out when he had an 85-yard scramble for a touchdown. Moore off of play action. Makes a second-level throw, and it is caught by the big tight end, Matt Lowe. He had a critical drop on their last drive, that time coming up with a much more difficult contested catch.
Yeah, Caleb Gallup on the tackle there to bring him down, not giving him much more.
Unique formation here offensively. We get a tight end lined up to the right and then trips to the right of the formation as well. Inside handoff is to Collins, and he is swallowed up. The interior of this Bison defensive line has been awesome. Cam Dyson shooting downhill, making that tackle.
And this is what they need. They need that Cam Dyson energy right now. They need the juice, the amped up. They need everything, this defense right now, to maybe swing some momentum back in their favor.
And they've played well here for the most part. Two chunk plays have kind of defined this football game offensively from Oregon State. The big play to Josh Perry off the flea flicker, and then the 85-yard scramble from Raymond Moore. Moore will take the shotgun snap. Hit as he throws. Ball was a little bit behind the intended target. And give credit to the Bison pressure there as he tried to get it to JoJo Kennerly, who scored earlier in this one.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're, again, as you mentioned, being stout on the run defense, playing to the run more. They've been playing a lot of cover 1, a lot of cover 2, so you know that they're not anticipating a whole lot in the air, at least not right now.
Big time 3rd down and 10 here. He trips to the right of the formation. Be Moore in the gun. Moore will take the snap. Bison bring pressure. Is picked up well. Moore finds him and is nearly picked off. Really good coverage there. As you saw Anthony Bivens, the senior out of Jacksonville, Florida, coming up with a pass breakup. But as you see, Jaquavion Smith sent on the blitz, causing Moore to get that football out quicker than we wanted to.
Yeah, really great coverage there by the Bison secondary.
Alex Amaya on the punt for Morgan State. It'll be Antonio Hunter set to return the punt. Hunter gets it at the 10 and doesn't get much more. Really good punt coverage there from Morgan State. And that is where this drive will start for Tyreek Starks and company. Their last time out, not much success, as they were forced to punt.
And this is the point in the game in these last 3 games that the Bison really have needed to finish. The 3rd quarter, 4th quarter. Finishing games has definitely been a theme for this Bison squad. You know, finding a way to win in the 4th quarter. This is honestly the point in time where in these last 3 games they've given up too many yards, given up too many runs, and not converting on 3rd down. So these drives are going to be pivotal in the second half here.
You mentioned it earlier. Penalties have really hurt the Bison and killed some of their drives here. We'll see if they can stay ahead of the sticks here as Travis Kearney is checked back into the ball game. Low snap, but he's able to get it to Kearney. So he's able to break contain of this Bears defense, and he'll get a nice gain. All afternoon long. It's been a good job up front, Melissa.
Yeah, no, and we're seeing a nice balance between Kearney and Anthony Reagan Jr., I think, getting the ball. Kearney with a little more opportunities. Now he's, again, missed the last 2 games with an injury, so it's nice to see him back and hopefully getting some momentum here.
Gain of 5 on 1st down. Tyreek Starks once again in the shotgun, flanked by Travis Kearney. Good protection up front once again. Starks surveying, finds him in, and it is a completion for this Bison offense as they continue their efficient day through the air. Tyreek Starks having one of his better performances of the year here this afternoon as he hooks up with C.J. Neely on that one. Starks on the afternoon, 15 to 20, 135 yards and a touchdown. He does have an interception as well, but a play that wasn't really his fault.
Yeah, not too shabby for Starks today.
Starks will send Mosley in motion. They run a bubble screen out to the right of the formation. Braylon Smith coming up with it, and a big-time tackle made by D'Antonio Heckworth.
Another great play by Braylon Smith to get open, hang on to the ball. His 7th catch of the day.
Really, really good open field tackle there from Hackworth. coming up with a big-time stop. 6'1" junior out of Bakersfield, California. Callie Cool out on the perimeter, playing defensive back here for this Bears defense. Wasn't up for a first down, so we'll get a fresh set of downs here as Starks is in the gun once again. Starks off of play action, finding C.J. Neely for another first down.
Yes, they're really, you feel Starks getting into a little bit of a rhythm here now. You can sense it in how he's throwing, in his timing, and in his positioning. You can really see that he's getting feeling himself a little bit more now, getting a little more comfortable, which is what you want to see again. I'm going to keep on talking about this over and over again in this second half, the third quarter, especially as we get into the fourth quarter.
Tyreek Starks has had his fair share of troubles. Multi-interception games, and 2 out of their last 3 has been really sharp here this afternoon, though. Kearney going to get it off of the left side. And that play was blown up. Once again, you saw Blanche Gold coming up, making the big-time stop, the graduate senior out of Landover, Maryland.
I love that name, Blanche. Blanche Gold, what a great name.
Wasn't Blanche one of the Golden
Yes,
Girls?
I was just going to say, throwback to one of the Golden Girls, but I love that his name is Blanche Gold. Like, that's a great name for TV, honestly. If he wants to be a reporter someday, great name for TV.
Do I get cool points from you, a 27-year-old knowing something about the Golden Girls? Come on,
I
Melissa.
guess.
Big second down here for the Bison offensively, as it is Kearney in the backfield with Tyreek Starks. A QB draw does not get much, and it looks like Morgan State going to be flagged for the hit. So this should be an automatic first down, it looks like, or are we going to get a hold?
It looks like it might be a hold. Again, this is the third holding call on this offensive line today. This is not, again, what you want to see. These are getting to be drive killers.
Yeah.
You know, this is the discipline thing for sure. And I know offensive line coach Arthur Ray not going to be happy about that. But again, could have been not 2nd and 20.
This is a Bison offense that doesn't have much margin for error, and now they find themselves in a compromising 2nd and 20 situation. Quick pass is picked off as the route was jumped by Hiroshi Carr.
He saw that. He was all over that. You could see him watching Tyreek Starks' eyes as he was jumping in front.
Just textbook defensive back play as you see the 2nd interception of the afternoon for Tyreek Starks. And that time Zayden Jackson didn't have much of a chance. Just a heck of a play, an instinctual play by Hiroshi Carr of Morgan State, the sophomore defensive back out of Stafford, Virginia, coming up with a big-time play. And this Morgan State defense doing their best to try and salt this one away as Starks comes away with his 2nd turnover.
Yeah, this is not, again, what you want to see late in the game. And this is in the past, when they've lost their last 3 games, this is kind of what's happened, is they'll get the other team will create some turnovers, and Howard doesn't finish. But they've got to finish this one. They've got to stay stout here.
Randall Nodden is the back next to Raymond Moore. They'll send Perry in motion. Handoff is to Nodden, and he picks up about 4 to keep this Morgan State drive on track. Leatherberry in motion that time. Man, just the absolute killer.
No, you can feel like the air out of like the sails of this offense, you know, on that. So for this team, honestly, this is where the defense has really got to fire themselves up, strike fear, as they like to say, and get the ball back to the offense.
It'll be a 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6. Once again, it'll be Nodden. He gets the edge and has got a first down and more. So he is now inside of the 15-yard line of the Bison. They'll mark him out at about the 12.
Yeah, and both teams have been getting to that edge pretty well in the running game. We saw it earlier from Anthony Reagan Jr., and here we see it from Morgan State's side as well.
Really nice job sealing the edge there by the right tackle of the Bears. Number 60, Gerard Burrell, sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland. We mentioned it coming out of the locker room. Morgan State hasn't had much success on the ground here this afternoon, but now they're starting to get it going here. Inside handoff is blown up. Jaquavion Smith coming up with another tackle for loss as Keith Jenkins Jr. had nowhere to go. It's the first time we heard his name called here this afternoon. The tackle for loss will bring up a 2nd and 11. Moore once again in the shotgun, flanked by Keith Jenkins. Jenkins will motion out of the backfield. Moore takes the shotgun snap. Moore surveying. Drops the ball and he's sacked. Once again, Ishan Abdul Ali getting to the quarterback. The 6'3 redshirt sophomore putting his fingerprints all over this one. As you see, he wins on this good outside move.
Yeah, and this defense delivering again. Really trying to, again, stop the Bears from scoring, but also bringing some of that juice back into this game.
And I thought I saw Keith Jenkins wide open in the flat. They motioned him out to the left of the formation, and nobody traveled with him. So that time, a big-time miss there from Raymond Moore. It'll set up a 3rd and 17 here. We'll get a timeout called by Morgan State. Coach Wilson wants to talk things over. They'll take a timeout, so will we. First charge timeout of the second half for the Bears. More MEAC football comes your way next here from our nation's capital.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
There is a conference where the student and
they had 2 turnovers late in the game, and Sacred Heart capitalized off of those. These are all very winnable games for Howard, you know. And so I think that that discipline, that mindset, you know, he said one of the big things that they've been working on and talking about a lot in the fourth quarter is focus. Being able to stay focused, to stay locked in all the way to the end. You got to have short-term memory here when it comes to your emotions. If you make a mistake, you got to just turn the page and move on very quickly. So they're teaching some growth, some life lessons here as well as football for this Howard Bison squad.
Big time 3rd and 7 from the Howard 49-yard line. Morgan State bringing pressure off the corner, and Starks has dropped. The defensive back was shot out of a cannon. It was Joshua Narr. We've called his name a couple of times here this afternoon as he comes on the corner blitz.
Yeah, quite a few for him in this game.
He comes totally unblocked, and Tyree Starks doesn't see him till the very last minute, and at that point it's too late. So another failed 3rd down attempt from this Bison offense.
Yeah.
They have struggled here, Melissa, in the second half.
Yeah, this is not what you wanted to see if you are the Howard coaching staff right now.
Man.
But that was not a takeaway. They're going to punt it away.
Yeah, fortunate for Starks, he was able to hold on to the football.
Yeah, talking over there with co-offensive coordinator Brett Keene to figure out what they're going to do on this next drive.
Man, missed opportunities, the name of the game here for this Bison offense. A drive that looked promising ends with a sack and now a punt. And they'll put the ball back into the hands of Raymond Moore, who had that 85-yard touchdown run to break the tie earlier in this 3rd quarter.
Ooh.
Short punt. It's going to take a Bison bounce to go out of bounds, but excellent starting field position for Morgan State as they'll take over at about their own 44-yard line. Call it the 45.
Yeah, tough think here when you think here about the big picture, right? This is the start of the conference schedule, as we've been talking about, as we see a flag on the play.
I'm going to call an offsides.
Defense. Number 32. 5-yard penalty. Remain
So they will repunt, and I think the football gods on the side of the Bison there because it was not a good punt.
Yeah, Liam Allen IV
Liam
definitely
Allen.
wants this one back. And
Take
he will
another
get
look.
it.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure, just hit it on the wrong spot of football. That is now going to bring Liam Allen back out to punt. Hopefully he'll have a better result for the Bison. Back to return for Morgan State. This is Juju Leatherberry. Leatherberry, a couple of receptions here this afternoon. And a big part of this Morgan State offense. Leatherberry muffs it, but it goes out of bounds.
But a much better punt there for Liam Allen IV.
Much better punt, missed opportunity for Howard as that one ricocheted out of bounds after going through the arms of the return man Leatherberry. Morgan State has played mistake-free football for the most part, but they have really been the aggressor here in this second half, getting things going on the ground, pass game coming to life, and then more importantly, their defense coming up with another takeaway.
Yeah, their defense really silencing this Howard crowd and the Howard offense right now, but they're hoping to get something rolling on the offensive side of the ball here.
Raymond Moore in the gun, once again flanked by Randall Nodden. Handoff is going to stay with Moore. He's got room once again, and he took a big-time shot at the 40, but not after picking up a chunk of yards. We'll see if this one comes back. I think it is, because they're going to get this Morgan State offensive line with a hold.
Number 6. 10-yard penalty.
But Raymond Moore III also showing off his legs today quite a bit, as we saw him on the QB keeper touchdown, the 85-yarder at the start of this quarter, but really proving that he can be a dual threat quarterback as well.
More than capable is Raymond Moore. They're going to get Gerard Burrell on the hold. 33 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Morgan State trying to extend their 7-point lead. A little bit of trickery. The ball's on the turf. It is going to be recovered by the Bison.
And they needed that. Howard needed that.
Just what the doctor ordered. The Bison coming up with a big-time turnover. Sloppy ball security there from Morgan State.
Looks like Judah McJimsey, the silent assassin, making the play as we see another flag.
Coach Larry Scott frustrated. They're going to get a personal foul called after, as that time Leatherberry just putting the ball on the turf. They faked the inside handoff. And if he would have been able to
Oh, really? Wow, that's surprising to me. He is not someone that you see commit those penalties a lot. He's one of the most disciplined kids on this team.
Yeah, Coach Scott was
not thrilled at all.
The trickle-down effect is going to make their tremendous field position not so tremendous. Still good, as they will take over at about the 28-yard line. We'll see what Tyreek Starks and company can do to capitalize after the big-time miscue for Morgan State.
Yeah, if you're keeping score at home, that's the 8th penalty for the Bison in this game.
Man. Self-inflicted wounds hurting the Bison here this afternoon. We'll see if they can overcome it here offensively. Another wide snap as Tyreek Starks gives it off to Reagan Jr. on the inside. He picks up a couple, and that will take us to the final period, Melissa. 21-14 Morgan State lead. It was Raymond Moore with an 85-yard scramble to break the tie. And as this Morgan State offense was driving on their last possession, they put it on the turf. Will the Bison be able to cut into this lead? We'll let you find out next here on ESPN. live look at the Howard University Marching Band. Hopefully this offense, Melissa, gives them something to cheer about as they try and capitalize off of the turnover. They'll take over with tremendous field position here on 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Showtime Marching Band put on a show at halftime. Time for this offense too as well.
Check down underneath. Great one-handed snag made by C.J. Neely. Makes the man miss, and he's got a first down.
I'm not going to lie, I held my breath on that grab there. The one-handed, and at least he tucked it in afterwards. But ball security going to be so important down the stretch here.
So you take another look. Pass was a little bit behind him. C.J. Neely saying, no problem. I'll make a play anyway.
Yeah, I got you.
Enough for a first down. Ball spotted at about the 14-yard line of Morgan State. The most promising drive here in the second half for Howard, as they try and cut into this lead, and we see Jayshon Scroggins check into the football game once again. Saw him on the second drive offensively for Howard. Last year's starter, getting some work here in the fourth quarter. Scroggins on a direct snap. Scroggins gets to the edge. Scroggins down to about the 8. That's why they put him in, Melissa. You see the juice and the decisiveness in which he runs with.
And he's really great at running the ball, too. And as we mentioned, too, we've mentioned this all of last season. He's a great decision maker. He goes with the decision, sticks with it, very confident in his play.
It's a 7-yard run for Jayshon Scroggins. He will remain the signal caller. Anthony Reagan Jr. flanked to the right of him. Good job there by the tight end and the right tackle pulling to lead the way for Scroggins on that 7-yard carry. Scroggins will keep once more. Scroggins finds a lane and he's going to score. Jayshon Scroggins, you talk about being ready for your moment.
And look how amped up he is. Definitely deserving of this touchdown here.
The reserve quarterback putting this Bison offense into the end zone. Well blocked. Good job by the interior offensive lineman getting to the second level.
Yeah, finding that gap and just rolling right through there.
Bryce Leos getting to the second level there. And love the reaction of the Bison sideline.
Yeah, very happy, Brett Keene, the co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach.
What I love even more, one of the first guys to congratulate Scroggins, Tyreek Starks. It's both of those two dudes.
That's leadership there.
Take a quick look at the touchdown before we take a timeout. Jayshon Scroggins re-entering the fold, coming up big for this Bison offense. Take another look.
Protecting the football in the process.
An emotional Jayshon Scroggins.
Beautiful.
More football next here on ESPN.
Howard University. You may know us for our athletic domination. You may know us as academic leaders who fuel an entire diaspora. You know, the capstone that shapes culture and builds champions. What we know is that this is the genius, tenacity, and talent that Howard cultivates. We know that we generate new questions and answer with profound solutions. Because here, we build glorious tomorrows. The Howard way.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
See yourself here. Whether you're a first-year student or looking to complete your degree, Morgan State University's inclusive learning environment is home to more than 150 academic degree and certificate programs. Join Morgan's Momentum, Maryland's preeminent public urban research university, transforming today's learners into tomorrow's leaders in STEM, social sciences, and the arts. Start your journey today at the National Treasure. Choose Morgan.
Brighter futures begin here with students and faculty that bring campus projects to life with help from the Home Depot Retool Your School grants. With these grants, HBCUs have built innovative learning lounges, revitalized rec areas, and created peaceful wellness spaces, providing students with areas to learn, relax, and thrive. Through their dedication to uplifting their campuses, HBCUs are growing stronger, one grant at a time, one project at a time, one community at a time. Learn more at retoolyourschool.com. Retool Your School. We're powered by purpose.
I stand alone with fire inside, with passion burning in my veins.
Fourth quarter action here in our nation's capital. We're here at Green Stadium, home of the Howard Bison. So they're playing host to their 101st homecoming. Jay-Sean Scroggins entering the game and caps off a 4-play, 24-yard touchdown drive with a 7-yard touchdown run. They got the good field position because of the miscue from Morgan State. Bad exchange on a jet sweep, and it set up the Bison with good field position. Big-time kick return here off for the score, as they are going to take that one across the 50-yard line. It was Keith Jenkins Jr. You saw the fumble there on that last drive, and the Bison able to capitalize on it. Jay-Sean Scroggins coming off the bench with a big-time run. That was the first of the 2 runs he had on the drive, and then here's the touchdown run. And what I love from Scroggins, the emotion that this young man showed. Happy to get another opportunity to help this football team. And he
Howard University.
Yeah,
You may know us for our athletic domination.
Scroggins needed to show that.
Yeah,
I think that kind of gave this team a little bit of emotion, a little bit of fourth quarter juice that they need right now.
And a false start going to be called here on Morgan State. Now you're hearing this Bison crowd, Melissa, starting to get back into it.
Yeah, this is what they need. I've been talking about it for the majority of this second half, but to find a way to finish this fourth quarter.
On Daniel Casilla.
Yeah, staying focused, making sure that they finish this fourth quarter is going to be really important here coming down the stretch in these last 12 minutes or so.
Wow. This one gonna come down to the wire. 2 of the top defenses in the conference strutting their stuff, in another potential turnover there for Morgan State. It was corralled by Raymond Moore, luckily, as he'll get back to close to the original line of scrimmage. After another fumble, the snaps have been high. That was the problem on this one. That time a low snap. Hard for the big 6'6" quarterback to be able to corral that one. It'll set up a 2nd and 16.
Yeah, but this is where you see where the focus comes into play, right? Staying locked in. Yes, there's only 12:45 left in the game, but this is where you see who is staying focused, who prepared this whole week.
Looks like it could be a potential turning point in this game, Melissa. As they have Morgan State behind the sticks, you can hear the bleachers
the crowd
rattling here at Green Stadium. Moore with plenty of time. Moore uncorks one deep, and it's going to fall incomplete. He was looking for JoJo Kennerly.
And now this Bison defense getting amped up. You see Noah Miles and Jason Seraphin getting the crowd riled up.
Take another look. Moore tried to hook up with Kennerly Jr. that time. Tremendous coverage.
Great coverage there from Gus Ullage. Big third down here. 3rd and 16 for Morgan State.
3rd and 16. I know Ishan Abdul Ali, Noah Miles, Seraphin licking their chops on this big 3rd down. More off of play action. Finds a man underneath, and he is going to be shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, well shy.
Leatherberry unable to turn the short completion into a big gain. As we take another look. Surprised they go play action on a 3rd and 16. Didn't make much sense at all. But a nice job by Kashawn Jarrett's bunch, Melissa, rallying and tackling.
Yeah, Ben Chandler wrapping him up there, making sure he's not going to get another yard.
Antonio Hunter back to return. Not much of an impact made by this punt team unit here this afternoon. And another really good punt that's going to take a Morgan State bounce. And they're going to do a tremendous job fielding it. It'll be the worst. Are they going to rule it a touchback?
I think it might have bounced into the end zone. I was debating that actually for a second.
Wait on
Let's see.
a second look. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll see where the ball will be spotted. More MEAC football coming your way next on ESPN. Get all of your ESPN college football coverage in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. The Bison marching band making some noise. We'll see if this Bison defense can make some noise coming up here in the fourth quarter as they try and close this game out.
Yeah, the last time this defense was out there, they create some havoc. Fumble recovery by Judah McGimpsey. So
14 seconds remain here in regulation. And we'll see this Morgan State punt team come out. Antonio Hunter, Melissa, with an opportunity here to be a hero on homecoming if he can take this punt return either to the house or set this team up for a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, opportunity of his career for this true freshman. That would be a way to start off your college career.
Yes, it would. 5'10" freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio. There's a big opportunity here. Punt is going to be returnable. Hunter muffs it. Hunter muffs it. It's on the ground, and it's ultimately recovered by the Bison.
Goodness.
Holy
many
cow.
heart attacks had just happened right here in the stadium.
Man. And there's still a mad scrum for the football. Possession has not been determined yet. It looked like Antonio Hunter corralled it.
It looked like he landed on top
But
of
the
it.
officials have not made a decision. If this is recovered by Morgan State, and they come out of the pile with the football, we're still waiting on word from the official as to who possession will go to.
Yeah,
Did we get a shot of the officials?
Oh, wait, I think they're about to. Bison football, we hear.
Oh, it's Bison football.
Yeah, you can see Antonio Hunter land on it
Man.
right there.
So
They're going to review it.
it's under review. I don't know how you can change a call based off of
Correct.
recovery, but we'll see as the officials are walking over to the Bison sideline to have a word with Coach Larry Scott.
Yeah, from our vantage point, it looks like Antonio Hunter landed right on top of it. I don't really see it, like right with his chest.
Play is officially under review. Antonio Hunter had a couple of big-time catches on the Bison's drive to ultimately tie this football game up, but a big-time blunder for the freshman there on the punt return. Turnovers have been the story of this football game. As we take another look, ball goes right through his hands.
Yeah, he just didn't get a good
He tried
hold
to
on
pick it up and to keep running. There it looks like he falls on the football, but it looks like it squirts out, and there's a mad scrum for it.
I don't know. It looks like he's still on top of it.
I just don't know how you overturn the ruling on the field here in this situation.
Especially because it seems like he is completely fully on top of the ball.
So it looks like if I can, hire myself as a professional lip reader, I think the official said first down Howard.
Okay.
So 3 seconds left to go in regulation, tied at 27 apiece. Maybe a good time, Melissa, to brush up on the FCS overtime rules.
Okay.
First down for Howard at their own 8-yard line. I would assume they're just going to take a knee and settle for overtime. Each team in college overtime gets the possession from the opponent's 25-yard line with no game clock, and they must attempt a 2-point conversion after a touchdown beginning in the second overtime period. If the score is tied after the first overtime, play continues, starting with the third overtime.
Okay, let's start with the first overtime first. Let's get to overtime first here. Okay, yes, we'll take a knee. Okay.
So we've got free football.
We've got the first overtime period.
We'll take a break. When we come back, overtime here from our nation's capital. Talk about fireworks here in the MEAC conference opener for both Howard and Morgan State. Free football comes your way next here from the nation's capital. back in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the conference opener for both the Howard Bison and the Morgan State Bears. We're tied at 27 apiece after 4 quarters. We're getting ready to go to midfield for the coin toss to determine which team gets the first possession of overtime. Your college football overtime rules are as follows. Each team has 1 possession starting at the opponent's 25-yard line. There is a play clock used, but no game clock is going to be used. The possession ends when either the team scores, turns the ball over, or misses the field goal. If a team scores a touchdown, they must attempt a normal extra point or a 2-point conversion as normal. If the score is tied after both teams have a possession, another overtime period is played. We'll update you on the rules as we go throughout. Kennerly Jr.
And Kendrick Green.
Kendrick Green, the captains here. The Bison winning the coin toss, they're going to elect to go on defense first. A little bit of a strategic advantage there. If they get the stop and then score, the game is over. So
That's correct. And I would put my money on this Howard defense as well. So wise choice there.
man, what a game it has been. We've had it all. We've had big plays offensively. We've had turnovers forced by each of these 2 top-ranked defenses. We've had special teams blunders by each of these 2 football teams. So
we've had excellent quarterback play from both teams, even the backup quarterback scoring a touchdown today for Howard.
Let's take a look at the Morgan State sideline. Coach Wilson and company. Look at Tyree Reed there as well. The pass game coordinator and wide receivers coach. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It'll be both Collins as well as Randall Nodden in the backfield with Raymond Moore. It'll be 1st and 10. Moore keeps it, tries to get the edge, dips inside of Ishan Abdul Ali, and he doesn't get much by the gain of a yard as Gallup is in there on the tackle.
Yeah, really great coverage there by this, again, as we've seen all game long, this Howard defense, especially up front.
Tried to run a little RPO action there, and Ishan Abdul Ali not fooled at all. It'll be 2nd and 8 here. Howard with 5 guys lined up along the line of scrimmage, including Cam Dyson hanging over the edge of the defense. Dyson rushing off the right side. Pass is tipped and eventually caught.
I think they hit the ground first.
We're going to have to take a look at the replay to see exactly what happened on that one as we take another look here. So Moore's pass initially tipped, kicked up. I mean, this is one of the crazier plays
Oh, maybe he did
I have
get
ever
under
seen.
it. Yeah, Kennerly Jr. did get under it, but I don't think that.
Kennerly Jr. with just tremendous concentration.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Boy, and a missed opportunity, I would say,
Yeah.
for the Bison as they had a near interception. 3rd and 7. It is Collins Jr. alongside Raymond Moore. Moore takes a shot,
No
and it
dice.
bounces off the chest of Kennerly. Really good defensive stop and really good defensive coverage there from Missouri Watson.
Another outstanding young man on this team that I had a chance to catch up with earlier this week. Really, really great play there. Really good coverage.
Man, be a 39-yard field goal for Alex Amaya, who missed the extra point that would have given Morgan State a 20, that would have put 28 points on the board for Morgan State. Again, this time it was
For this Howard special teams squad.
so the special teams unit of the Bison coming up big here. And now this Bison offense going to have the opportunity, Melissa,
competitive. He's resilient, man. He's a spark plug. He's a coach's like dream to coach, man, every day, because he's the same guy every day. He loves football, and you just can't help but love him as a kid too. He's just I can't say enough great things about the kid.
Congratulations, Coach.
That is going to do it here from our nation's capital. The Bison moved to 1-0 in MEAC play after an overtime win, 33-27 over the Morgan State Bears. So for Melissa Kim, I am Linnell Willingham saying so long from our nation's capital, Green Stadium in Washington, D.C., where the final score is the Howard Bison 33, the Morgan State Bears 27. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Appreciate y'all, man.
Focus and all that anyways. Anthony Reagan Jr. scoring the game-winning touchdown in overtime. Tell me what you saw. Tell me how it feels.
It felt amazing just knowing that Coach trusted me to put the ball in my hands. He already said before the drive started he's going to put the ball in my hands. So I just want to thank God really for preparing me in the position and just the line working hard the whole game. Just thank you for all that, honestly.
I saw you hugging your mom for quite a bit after the game. What did you tell her and what did she tell you?
I was just telling her how much I love my mom, and she was telling me how much I love her because like she just always there for me. She always my backbone. She always every day she grind to help me and help the family. So all the dreams, she believed in me so much. I just love her.
First home game of the season, first MEAC win. How important was this to set the tone for the rest of the conference schedule?
I mean, it was most important because we don't want to be sitting back and be watching other people's teams and hoping they lose or hoping they win. So we rather just control our destiny. That's really what it was, and we preached in the locker room all day. So really, that was important to get the first one.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.